Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Selvin Ortiz, and I'm all about demystifying and help you leverage emerging technology like generative AI. I know many of you have been curious about the vast ocean of AI tools and resources out there. But let's face it, there is so much hype and misinformation out there. There are countless tools, newsletters, playbooks, cheat sheets, and plenty of low quality lead magnets. It seems like every day there are dozens of new things that come out. And honestly, it gets overwhelming. I've been where you are, endlessly scrolling, trying to figure out which resources are worth my time. And that's exactly why I made this video. I've cut through the noise and handpicked a very short list of the best resources that I personally use and trust, and we're going to take a look at them together. First up is rundown.ai, my favorite newsletter, and probably the only one you really need to subscribe to out of the thousands, if not more, out there. It is delivered daily, and it is packed full of the latest news, as well as new tools and even jobs that are available within the AI space. Next, we're going to look at YouTube channels with great information. First up is David Shapiro. He comes up with very thought-provoking discussions around machine learning, AI, and AGI. It's definitely worth subscribing to his channel. Another YouTube channel is Assembly AI. They focus on sharing a lot of the innovation in this space with a technical twist. I think that you'll love the information that they share. Next up is DeepLearning.AI, another fantastic channel. They do a great job discussing important things about AI, machine learning, and they do a good job bringing people in to have those discussions for global awareness and to build community. Next, we're going to get into prompt writing. And this specific GitHub repository has a huge list of examples that you can use, not just to copy paste, but to understand how these developers and people who have written these specific prompts are thinking about giving the model or ChatGPT a specific persona, a informative context, a clear outcome, and work with it through revisions to get the right output. But if you go here, you'll find a lot of good prompts, and you can even download their app so that you can take a look at those prompts in a desktop app that's available for Mac, Linux, and Windows, I believe. And I think the value from this repository comes from you being able to see exactly what was written as the prompt and then bring it into ChatGPT or any other model that you might be using and test it to see what the result is versus something that you might write that is much shorter or maybe doesn't use all of those elements of defining a persona, defining the context and a clear outcome, etc. Now, GitHub repos are for technical people, maybe developers. So if you prefer, the developer who has gathered those prompts has also created a book, sort of like a cheat sheet, if you will. And you can support his work. Next, we're going to look at ChatGPT cheat sheet, which again shares prompts and prompt recipes or templates that you can utilize to craft and get a better outcome of GPT or other models that you are using in your day-to-day. Next on the list is Ollama, and this is for the more adventurous of you out there, maybe more technical, who want to test open source models locally. And that means that you'll be able to download the Llama framework and be able to download and run models locally. It does take a little bit of space in your hard drive, but there are models that are small enough to be able to run on a decent machine. And you'll be able to type and ask it questions as you would ChatGPT. Great for using it locally without sending your information. But let me show you what you'd have to do to get that done. First, we would download the app. I've already done that for my Mac, and that will install a command in your terminal or command line. And if I go there, from here, I can go ahead and run Ollama because I've installed it. And I can say Ollama run, and then the model. In this case, I'm going to run Llama 2. And because I've already downloaded it, the first time you run that might take a little longer. But I've already ran it, so I can just ask it different things, such as tell me what time zone Minnesota is in. Central time is correct. And you can keep asking it all kinds of questions. There are some models that are multimodal, meaning that you can type a question and it'll give you a text back or have it render an image, etc. And finally, the one and only ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the standard. It is the company that's leading the way. So while we do have Bard and Claude and many others available, ChatGPT, if you learn to use it, if you get comfortable with it, don't worry about the myriad of influencers on social media saying, GPT is dead, or this tool is so much better than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just fine, especially GPT-4. So if you have a Plus account, you are just fine. Keep using it. You'll get better at writing your prompt. If I missed a tool or resource that you love, trust, and are using it consistently, please leave it in the comments so that other users can benefit from our curation process. And that way, despite the hype and misinformation, we'll be able to help each other out and use these tools to stay on top of this thing and not be left behind. All right, that's it. See you next time.